The Stock of the Day is brought to you by IG, Australia's #1 CFD provider. With over 17,000 markets and extended trading hours, turn US earnings season volatility into opportunity. Get started at IG.com.
Well, I chose Eagers Automotive for the stock of the day because it is outpacing all the others on the ASX 200 in terms of percentage point gains. It's on the result, but I think importantly, on the outlook as well. The company says it expects improved margins in FY25 as well as revenue to rise by $1 million over the year. It comes after it posted a statutory profit after tax down to $223 million in 2024. It is paying out 50 cents per share, so maintaining those levels hit in 2023. Eagers says it sees opportunities for profit improvement through its recent acquisitions and positive industry dynamics as well in 2025. So according to Jefferies, for one, Eagers delivered a solid result, it said, in challenging times for the auto dealer sector. Curious to get your thoughts on Eagers Automotive. I was going to say AP Eagers, but Eagers Automotive.
I think it's pleasing to see this sort of outcome, and back to my earlier point about earnings being delivered. We've had probably less love in the sector, and in particular this delays over COVID, physically not being able to get your product to a market where there's really strong demand. So some frustrations around that, really solid margins. Once that opened up, we started seeing the flow. We're now into more of a cost of living component. So Australians certainly love a Toyota, they love a Hilux, a Ford Ranger, a Toyota Corolla, but increasingly the EV side of things coming through in their orders. So we see a network that has strong distribution, strong capability, and in an environment where perhaps there are some ongoing challenges and there are some margins to be recouped in and around that automotive industry. It's a positive result. It's something that's really a turnaround and perhaps a glass half full outlook of something that, you know, brighter days ahead for that business.
So would you buy, hold or sell it today?
I think for the nature of the business, it would be a hold and potentially accumulate, looking for a little bit more certainty. We've had a pretty marked turnaround, looking for some of that uncertainty to come out and actually this bright future or prospects of a bright future start to be delivered at this time. Yeah,
you want to see the green shoots first. What's your view? Would you buy, hold or sell it? I mean, particularly after we've seen this, what is it, a 25% rise just past noon here in Sydney?
Yeah, look, overall, this is a good one to buy in the dip. Nick Politis, who's was chairman of the Roosters as well, it used to be the old City Ford, and they obviously own the BYD licence. And
I didn't know that.
Yes, so and I think that's where a lot of the positivity is coming from the backlog. They've launched the new BYD Shark, which is the Hilux competitor. And Ford Ranger and Hilux have been, well, Ford Ranger only recently took over as Australia's top selling car, but the Hilux generally has been the highest selling car. It's sold out in 2 hours, basically, and they've got a massive backlog. It's a hybrid. It's not necessarily just full EV, but
hybrids are sort of where it's at right now, actually.
Well, exactly. But I mean, a lot of these get sold to tradies, so they don't necessarily need to be doing long distances. I don't think you'd be selling these in the country, like way out in the country. But 2.5 litres, 100. Obviously, it's. But that's a huge for these people who are commercial. Who are buying them for commercial purposes. It's a significant drop in your underlying costs when people have cost of living, as you said. So overall, though, I'd say it's a hold here at the moment. We're happy to buy this on dips because the Politis generally is kind of almost like a one-man buyback when it gets to a certain level. And we've seen good examples of big ticket items where we're really worried about in the retail space over earnings. But the founder-led companies, like Nick Scali and APE and Eagers Automotive, obviously, that's where it's a great example of they tend to always find a way, and they tend to always find a way a lot faster than everyone else. So
skin in the game. Yeah.
Well, skin in the game is So, but I mean, I think you've had your opportunity to buy this. I wouldn't be buying it up here today necessarily, but. Look, it's just, and it's a sneaky read as well. There's a lot of real estate in this stock as well, so it's not going to be as volatile as what people think. But we'll see how the EV demand continues. But it's a pretty big change, game-changing moment for that BYD shark in that market.
Well, BYD, I'm seeing more of them around my neighborhood, but I was in the US over Christmas and I drove a Rivian truck. That was an experience. Wait till they come to Australia. Highly recommended. That is our stock of the day, Eagers Automotive.
The stock of the day was brought to you by IG. Turn volatility into opportunity this US earnings season with extended trading hours on over 110 key US shares. Get started at IG.com.